What caused Bitcoin to tumble $800 on Thursday? It could be the whale that moved $1.3 billion in Bitcoin, and no one knows why. Bitcoin's still outperforming stocks, and Vitalik makes a really great point on Twitter about the stock market and the crypto markets. Brave Browser got caught in the act doing something that's widely frowned upon. A podcast host sadly lost all his Bitcoin with one simple mistake, and no, it's not Travis or myself. And the big announcement we've been alluding to is now public. The blockchain heroes have arrived. More about that as we present you with a special commemorative NFT in today's episode. Also, DiviProject's been flying high, and we've got Nick Saponora with us today to tell us what's happening at Masternode Central. Along with our friends at Cointelegraph.com, we're pleased to bring you this bad news, episode number 417 of the Bad Crypto Podcast.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, ignition.
Who's bad?
Greetings, sidechain heroes. This is the Bad Crypto Podcast, the show for the crypto curious and the crypto serious. We are the blockchain blockheads, the crypto clowns, the DeFi doofy. Your host for the show, I'm Joel Comm, and that is Travis Wright.
The Bitcoin dipshits.
Okay, there's no alliteration there whatsoever.
Bit and dip kind of sound. It's good,
but it's kind of funny.
Yeah,
Bit chips.
Right on. We have a better than average show for you today, folks. I don't want to say great because I don't want to try to hype it up or nothing, but it's pretty solid.
It is good. A lot of really interesting stories. We do have a big announcement to make. There's an NFT for you guys that you're not going to want to miss. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Cryptocurrency Wire, the website cryptocurrencywire.com. We used this wire service instead of PR Newswire to help boost visibility of Virtual Blockchain Week. We put out a press release, syndicated an article. Their in-house writers produced it, and they sent it to Apple News and other places that standard wire services don't reach. It was highly effective. And their service is valuable, especially to the crypto space, because you get traditional distribution from all the major players while also reaching crypto-specific outlets. Also, blockchain-friendly journalists like people who write for Forbes. They've also, Mr. Travis Wright, got a podcast. It's a video podcast that covers the latest news in crypto once a week called the Cryptocurrency Wire Videos Podcast, and it's actually hosted by our friends at Wild West Crypto Show. Yeah, they're on video there for them. So we encourage you, if you want to get the word out about your project and hit the crypto market, go check out cryptocurrencywire.com. Check out their podcast. We just used them again this week to announce the project that we're going to be telling you about today. So yeah, thanks guys at Cryptocurrency Wire. We appreciate it. And now we got a stack of news, so let's get to it. And refreshing CoinGecko.com, our favorite site for checking the crypto market caps. It is June 12th, 11:50 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. The crypto market cap's at $267 billion, almost. Bitcoin, $9,345. Ethereum, $234. Tether, 0.993 cents. XRP, 19.2 cents. Bitcoin Cash, $239. Bitcoin SV, $180. Litecoin, $44.50. Binance Coin, $16.39. Cardano at 7 cents, and bumping Tezos out of the number 10 slot this week. EOS back in there at 256 in market cap. First time EOS has been there in months, I believe, Mr. Travis Wright.
Back in the top 10 again. Very nice. Also in the news of the top 100, what happened this week? So Kyber Network was up almost 71%. They're averaging about $200 million a day in volume. That's cray-cray. And then you got Swissborg, which I've never heard of. They're up 62%.
We are
700 About 800,000 a day. That's
all the
nothing.
Swissborg like chocolate.
AVE, AAVE. I think they just named it like that to get top of the alphabet there. They were up 60%. Zilliqua up 52%. Tokenized Exchange up 51%. Loop Ring up 42%. Maker up 37%. Verge, haven't heard of them in a while. They're up 35%. And, dude, VeChain up 33% on $375 million worth of 24-hour volume. That is a big hunk of burning love right there.
You know, somebody in the mastermind said, why don't you guys talk about VeChain more? We never hear you talk about VeChain. I said, well, we don't really know much about it. And there's so many coins and keeping up with them all. I mean, that's above my pay grade. Like, we're busy with so many other things. Trying to research the crypto markets is a lot of work. And so there you go. We just talked about VeChain.
Well, they've been doing a lot of stuff, you know, and they're one of the ones. Now, imagine this, if you will. So these past couple of weeks in the world have been crazy with the riots and the protests and the looting. But imagine if all of those products that were looted had QR codes and were trackable, like they would know where they were, right? And so that's one thing that VeChain does is track the validity of products. And so then if somebody was trying to resell something on eBay, you would know that product was stolen, right? So I think there's a whole lot of value in supply chain and tracking of products, especially in this new world where glass windows get shattered and things get ran down the road. So I don't know. It's a good product. I think that I have some. I stack a little bit of that myself.
No major losers for the week. Theta was actually the biggest loser for the week, 20% down. But, remember, they had a big run the previous week. Electronium down about 20%, Stellar down 12% or so. Really not any dramatic losses. And we are a fan of Theta. And, of course, you can catch the Nifty Show Fridays at 5 o'clock.
On that show on Theta. Yeah, and actually whenever we were partnered with them during the virtual blockchain week, like the price of Theta at that time was in May was 12, like even before that it was launching up, it was about 10 cents, 12 cents, and it made it all the way up to about 50 cents, and now it is back down to about 20 something cents.
They're getting and attracting more crypto-based streamers. They kind of compete with DLive, and they compete with Twitch for video game streaming because that's such a huge market. But Theta is beginning to attract more people that are talking about the blockchain space. And I think
we'll be streaming on there tonight, later on this evening. Well, the Nifty Show.
It'll be. We have already done it by the time this show comes out.
That's true. So you missed it, folks. But every Friday we do it. So
5 o'clock Eastern time, 2 o'clock Pacific. We're live today. Our guest is going to be Jesse from the Splinter Project.
Agrode. He's aggravated.
The top DApp on DappRadar.com, and he's going to teach us how to play the game Splinterlands. We have all these cards that we got in these packs. But so let's move into the big news for the week, Mr. Travis Wright.
Okay.
Bitcoin. There was a huge collapse that took place on Thursday in a matter of, minutes, which is typical for Bitcoin, either to go up or down. It went down like $800, almost to 9,000 before bouncing back up to 93 to 9,400. What happened?
So, it's unknown. Well, there was some whale out there that moved 1.3 billion Bitcoin in 3 transactions. So they don't know necessarily who it is, but they think it might have been an exchange of some sort that was moving these, or they suspect that it was a Coinbase custody might have been responsible. But in 3 transactions, just 1 minute apart, on block 643133, basically they moved 132,255 Bitcoin, and pretty huge, but still not the biggest transaction. The biggest one ever was a 500,000 Bitcoin transaction made on November 16th, 2011, which was worth $132 million at the time, which would be worth about $5 billion today, which is cray.
So that could be the reason that we saw the big drop yesterday. Could have just been a pullback. But, whenever people see that much crypto moving at once, they get a little nervous just because there's uncertainty about why, is somebody, getting ready to sell all this, and how would that affect the market? And so some people see that and go, oh, crap, I better sell my Bitcoin now before this whale does, and crashes the market. And of course, we have not seen a sale of that, so that uncertainty is still out there. We don't know why that's happened. But our friends at Cointelegraph published this story here that says Cointelegraph research shows Bitcoin is still outperforming stocks after the halving. They basically crunched some numbers and they took a look at what's happened since the halving about a month ago. And there's not been a rally that people thought might happen, and crypto is actually becoming more stable, is what appears to be taking place.
Yeah. Now this report did come out the day before the whale inspired crash, but they are saying about from year to date. Well, I mean, look at it from when, we saw crypto crash, but I guess where the time it was at the beginning of the year to where it went, and then it went down, and then it went back up. It's up almost 36% year to date. So that's pretty good. Bitcoin is killing it. And also here in the news, the next one here is a luxury yacht or a Snickers. And it says that Bitcoin beats gold in the new $1 comparison. So there's some analysis from someone named Willie Woo. Now, I know whenever I want to take financial advice, it's always from somebody named Willie Woo.
Woo. Yeah, he's got a site, Woo Bull. I don't know if it's woobull.com, but it's Woo Bull. And he's basically saying if you bought $1 worth of Bitcoin in 2009, that would buy a luxury yacht today. That's how much that $1 will have multiplied. But $1 in gold would only get you a chocolate bar. It reminds me of that Mark Dice video that went viral on YouTube years ago, where he was at, I think, Huntington Beach on the boardwalk there in California, and offering people who came by an ounce of silver or a Hershey's chocolate bar. Right. And at least in the video, by the time he was done, he still had the ounce of silver bullion in his hand, and none of the chocolate bars. Everybody took the chocolate bars because nobody has any idea what an ounce of silver is worth.
Well, you never know. I think he probably edited out the people who took the silver, because I got at that time in 2011, an ounce of silver was worth about $40. So other than that, but if you had bought gold at that time, like you said, if you bought gold, which I did in 2011. I was the genius in 2011 who bought gold and silver instead of Bitcoin. My gold increased in value about enough to buy a Snickers bar. That's exciting. I'm really pleased with that. However, I found this piece of news, which I think is really interesting. So over the past 1,200 years, Mr. Joel Comm, the very, very best investment in the last 1,200 years, the best currency investment is Bitcoin.
Oh, it's not chocolate bars?
It's not chocolate bars.
Not a cow.
I mean, if you're talking the best stock investment, it would have been buying Apple at like $7 probably and selling that at ridiculous amounts. But actually, no, if you had bought Bitcoin at the ridiculously low prices and then sold it at 20,000, that's the best investment maybe ever. Like, what's better? What was 1,200 years ago that was such a great investment?
You know what? Maybe that should be the tagline for Bitcoin instead of, decentralized, immutable, and all that. It should just be Bitcoin. What's better?
Yeah, the best investment in over 1,200 years, 12,000 years since Atlantis.
What's better, mate? I don't know. So, there's something to be said about that Bitcoin is definitely something that we should all be considering. Now, the analysts out there are giving all the various reasons why we're not pushing past 10,000. Some are saying it has to do with the Fed, because all the Fed has to do is speak or print or whatever, and the markets move. Apparently, $16 million in Bitcoin futures contracts have been liquidated, and the resistance just seems, and this is not the political resistance, the resistance to the 10,000 to have a rally that persists just seems like it's elusive right now.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm still looking at this article from the previous one because it's fascinating. They were talking about the 8th century pound composed of 240 silver pennies, which was basically a pound of fine silver, and that pound of fine silver increased in those 1,200 years 15,545%, but Bitcoin blew that away. It's just like that's it's just it's just crazy. Why? How are people not? How are people like Peter Schiff out there in the world saying, "Oh, Bitcoin's stupid. It's horrible. Best investment in over 1,000 years, man." I love that. But
Yeah,
why is it still?
he's a smart guy, but he definitely has a lot invested in
Yeah.
gold. And I don't know what it's going to take. I mean, let's say Bitcoin continues to go where we believe it's going to go. How long before he finally has to capitulate and go, okay, Bitcoin's all right? You know, at what point? There's got to be at some point.
Probably when it hits 50,000 or something like that. When it hits just a ridiculous number, and he's like, "All right, well." See, because what happened when it hit 20, then it went down to 3,200. He's like, "See, look how volatile it is. It's horrible."
Right. But when it hit 20, he was still talking crap about it. I'll bet you if you go look at his timeline for Twitter when Bitcoin was spiking in 2017 and early 18, that he was still talking crap.
Well, shift talkers are going to talk shift.
Well, now here's what's really interesting. The volatility we're seeing right now isn't so much in the crypto markets, but the stock market. And I saw this tweet from Vitalik today, which I thought was really profound. What we expected, cryptocurrency would normalize and become more like the stock market. What happened? The outside world went crazy and the stock market became more like cryptocurrency. I mean, you know, yes, we've seen plunges in Bitcoin, but the U.S. stock market went from almost 30,000 to 18,000 in just a few days when the whole, you know, lockdown and coronavirus.
Yeah. What's that now?
I want to say it's like 22 or 23. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not a stock market tracker, Mr. Travis.
Yeah, I don't track it that much either.
But he's right. I think that's profound. You know, meanwhile, yeah, Bitcoin's moving with the traditional markets a little bit, but we're not seeing the volatility that we've seen the past few months in the stock markets.
Yeah. But I mean, seriously though, since 2000, about a little over a year, since mid 2019, that 10,000 to 10,500 area, that has been a very, very strong resistance zone for Bitcoin. Every time that it's almost got there, it's met with a really big pullback. So it's like it gets really close, and then it just seems like some whale or something does something, and then whoosh, it drops like 700, 1,000, 1,200. You're one day you're knocking on 10,000, the next day you're at 8,700. You're like, what? Come on.
Crazy.
Come on.
Now, Travis, you and I are both fans of the Brave browser. We use it. We really like what Brandon and the team over there have created. But they did a no-no, and they got caught with their pants down. I've been in affiliate marketing since the beginning of affiliate marketing. I was an associate for Amazon.com when they launched the program, something like 1996 or 97, where you get a special link that tracks back to your website so that if a sale is made, you get a commission from that.
Yeah.
Well, Brave has been doing that undercover. They've actually had a link in some of their that they're inserting when people go look for Binance in the browser, and it's an affiliate link that actually benefits Brave to earn the commission.
Interesting. You know, I'm looking at this right now. I just typed in Coinbase, and if I type in Coinbase, it gives me coinbase.com/join/SEZC_9. So like so it looks to me like if you are going on there and trying to go on Coinbase, then it's actually giving you a Coinbase affiliate. Because they must be doing this with some of these with these affiliate codes. And
right. I mean, here's
you sign up, then they get the $10. You get the $10 or whatever.
Right. So if you're going in, you're looking for Binance, you find it, there's probably not an affiliate link attached to your motive to do it. Otherwise, you would have clicked at that link from elsewhere. So Brave probably looked at it and said, hey, you know, they're coming here and they're searching. There's not an affiliate link attached to it. We're just going to plug ours in to it. So, you know, it's not the most ethical approach. I understand. I've seen it done many times before, but for a browser that, is really putting themselves out there as the bastion of privacy, right? To quietly put something in there might even be a violation of FTC rules in the US. Brendan Eich has said, that they made a mistake and they would fix it. So,
well, it's one of those things. It's like they don't really have traditional advertising on their websites. They do have an advertising system built in that we've worked with and used and will probably use in the future. And so they don't make money in traditional ways. And so you ought to wonder, how are they going to make money? So it would seem to me that in some ways this affiliate, them shutting that down, is going to be a big revenue hit to them, I bet. Because, I mean, you figure every time somebody, if they're redirecting Coinbase and redirecting Binance and people are signing up and they're getting those kickbacks, I mean, some of those kickbacks are pretty huge.
I would just, if I was Brave, I would be very clear. If you're going, say here, these links support Brave, right?
Yeah.
So you do a search for Binance, and when it comes up, there's a message, click here to benefit Brave affiliate link, or just click here to go directly.
Yeah,
that's to me. And Brendan,
and I bet probably I would just assume that probably 60% or more would probably click the one that would benefit them. Like, oh, it helps Brave, cool, I'll do that.
Right. Now, there is a method of doing this linking that is even more unethical that Brave is not doing. And I've seen this done before. It's very black hat, and it's called swapping links. So on the server side, let's say somebody is coming through a Binance affiliate link, the browser would then recognize that, somebody's clicking through a Binance affiliate link, and they would actually swap out and put their own code in it. Now that is super unethical, very black hat. It's done to this day. You've probably been a victim of it and didn't know it. When you click through somebody else's affiliate link, that person probably didn't get the commission. Somebody else did, because these black hat techniques. But Brave did not do that. And I think, they should probably listen to what we have to say here. I think that giving people the opportunity to support by choice would probably benefit them a lot more. Always be, super clear and transparent. That's why on this show from day one, when we have a sponsor or we've had a sponsored interview, we always tell you guys, hey, we're getting paid. This is a sponsor. This is an advertiser. This is a paid interview, because we don't ever want to take for granted the trust that you put in us. And so this is, for Brave, this is a tough hit. Some people won't come back.
Mm-hmm. And that's a shame, because it's such a great browser. It's very fast. It's smoking fast. It eliminates a lot of the Java, all the JavaScript and the tracking and all that other stuff. So I think that this just probably wasn't a smart move, and I would say that they are going to be fixing that. Also, in the news of something that needs to be fixed.
Speaking of not smart moves.
We got smart moves. Yeah, Californian was charged over crypto extortion and 28 SIM swap attacks. There's this 20-year-old dude in California who has had, he's been working in all these different SIM attacks, and including extorting a physician out of 100 Bitcoin. So Richard Yuan Lee has been charged with a conspiracy to commit wire fraud in his role of SIM swap attacks, targeting at least 20 people. I was also targeted. I don't think it was by this Yahoo, but he's believed to have collaborated with others from January 2018 to February 2019 to defraud numerous victims. And SIM swapping is you basically get that person's phone number swapped over to a phone that you control, then they have control of the phone. Then they go to Coinbase and reset the password by sending it back to a text to the phone number that they now have. Then they can go reset the password, reset your Gmail, reset your Apple ID. That's what happened to me. And then, get access to all your porn accounts. It's very obnoxious.
Stop swapping out all the things. Well, justice is served here. And of course, we're still waiting to see what happens with Michael Turpin's suit, Seth Shapiro's suit against AT&T, and cheering those guys on, hoping for victory.
There's the 15-year-old The 15-year-old was the dude who got Michael Turpin. 15-year-old stole $23.8 million from Turpin. And then he filed that civil suit for $71.4 million against the guy who was 18 at the time. But he was 15 when he attacked him, and he had planned to retire early after the heist.
Dude, I'm dropping this story in because it is literally breaking news right now on Cointelegraph. The headline from Ben Pyrrhus is Craig Wright apparently just admitted to hacking Mount Gox. I'm just going to read this here directly since I haven't had a chance to. One of the faces of anonymous coin Monero, Ricardo Spagni, also known as Fluffy Pony, tweeted out information indicating Craig Wright's affiliation with a Mount Gox related Bitcoin wallet. He said, just to be clear, Craig Wright has just openly admitted via his lawyers to be the guy that stole 80,000 Bitcoin from Mount Gox. Spagni said in a tweet today, including court documents in the post. Spagni added, the screenshots below show the court documents indicating the one Feeks address is where the stolen Mount Gox funds were sent. What do you have to say, Calvin Ayre? This is interesting stuff. Like the plot thickens.
So not only is he not Satoshi, he's also the guy who hacks Mount Gox, which was the biggest heist of Bitcoin. Is that serious? Like, this guy's like a supervillain.
I don't know. All I know is that this is what just popped up. The story is developing. There's nothing else to it right now. To check the links to this story and all the other stories in this episode, you can find them in the show notes on our site at badcryptopodcast.com. And we've got a convenient short link for you. So you don't have to type long words or go searching. Just go to badco.in/417 for the show notes and links for this episode.
Hey, Mr. Joe Kahn.
Yes, sir.
Do you have those screenshots that you were talking about yesterday from our early conversation about this blockchain buddies idea that we had?
You know what? I do have those. This is pretty funny stuff, Travis. I mean, we put ourselves out there as futurists because we're always looking towards the future and often tend to call, what the next big thing is.
Mm-hmm.
And you and I have been doing these NFTs for
we had the idea last in late 2019, but then we first started executing on it in early this year. I think we did our first one at Washington Elite, and then the Bitcoin North America conference down in Miami.
Right. So yeah, we released some of those, and from those, I came to you. I say I got an NFT idea, and I pulled this from our Facebook Messenger discussion on February 28th. 2020, timestamped 2:50 p.m. Mountain Time. I got the NFT idea. It's something we discussed before, but it might make more sense now that we understand how NFTs work. And you said the NFT idea? ? The idea for how we can make money selling NFTs. And I call them blockchain buddies. I say we make trading cards with various crypto personalities. Now, understand my intent here as I say that is we're looking at the marketplace and going, there's people out there that are creating some real value and some of them that aren't. I mean, CryptoKitties, guys, they made a ton of money, right? And we're like, how do we provide?
Like on OpenSea and SuperRare.co, we were looking at some of those marketplaces and seeing what some of these NFTs were going for. We're like, oh, maybe we can just create 10 or so.
Yeah. So what I said is open up a sale of 100 of each of these blockchain personalities. Maybe start with 10 of them and call them blockchain buddies. And then the screenshot continues. This is to me where it gets really fascinating. I say we get their permission and have the same artist do them all. You said this is good. And then you replied with this statement, sort of like Garbage Pail Kids. And I said, yes, now you got it. This took place on February 28th of 2020. On March the 3rd, there's an article on Sludge Feed. It was a press release and an article that came out based on a press release that Wax and Topps put out saying trading card giant Topps to release NFTs on the Wax blockchain. And what did they end up being, Travis?
Garbage Pail Kids.
Garbage Pail Kids. We had no previous information or knowledge of this. But I just think it's super funny that we kind of prognosticated this thing happening. And then Virtual Blockchain Week happened.
That's true. Virtual Blockchain Week sort of took us away because we said, you know what, all these conferences are gone and there's a lot of great speakers out there. Let's have a conference. And so we got focused on doing the conference thing. And then, oh, by the way, we saw in May when the Garbage Pail Kids thing was launched and sold out in 28 hours. And I was like, dude, we had this idea.
Right.
Maybe it might be time to execute on it.
And so we moved quickly. We recognized that the Garbage Pail Kids launched on the Wax blockchain, and the sale was so smooth. The site was so great. The card sold out in 28 hours, and the secondary market was super hot. Still is super hot. There's communities, including
I've sold over 5,500 in Wax worth over the last 2 days of duplicate cards that I've had.
There's a group on Telegram called GPK Trading. It's a very busy group. There's 300 and some odd members in there, and they're always trading and buying and selling. This whole, secondary market sites like GPK.market have sprung up. A guy that we met recently named Syed has a site called Collectibles.io where there's secondary markets. And we thought, the time is right. So we went to the Wax site and we realized that they have Wax Labs, which is basically a fund of millions of wax that they have put aside for projects that will apply, kind of like a grant that they'll help fund projects that they think move blockchain and the Wax project forward. So we applied for that grant, Mr. Travis Wright. And what happened?
Mr. Joe Com is the best proposal writer of all time. He proposed the shit out of that, and it worked out nicely, and put it all together because we put our ideas out. Like, what could it be? How could we do it? And you know what? Really, from even that initial proposal, like we've just expanded and expounded on this thing and leveled up. And the world-class artists that I think you had 60 some odd artists that we
had a lot apply, and then we auditioned like 35 of them to create one character. What we came up with, gang, was rather than blockchain buddies that would be actual characters, based that we would do, NFTs of Charlie Lee or Vitalik or, Roger Ver or whatever. We said, what if there was an alternate universe where in this universe, the characters were superheroes? They weren't the people that they were inspired by. They were like an alter ego that had many of the same characteristics and could look very similar, maybe even have the same interests in some of the same projects, but they would be these badass heroes that had superpowers, and thus was born Blockchain Heroes.
Blockchain Heroes.
Blockchain Heroes. Pow, 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 pow.
The blockchain hero.
I still see like Saturday morning cartoon advertisements for these. And we unleashed and unveiled the project 2 days ago. Cointelegraph wrote an article, and you can go check it out in the show notes. Blockchain Heroes collectibles are based on real crypto personalities. There's 50 heroes, and we're revealing them over the next 5 weeks or so. We've already revealed a few of them. Lightspeed and
the Prophet,
and also Ginger Girl,
and Wild Wrangler.
By the time that this show comes out, we'll have released Coin Commando and Felonious. And I got to tell you, the artwork, I mean, we can't take credit for the artwork, right? We have hired some pro artists to
the base artwork. We can take credit for the rarities.
Oh, the rarities are amazing. And you guys won't see the rarities yet. We're going to unveil these over time, but this is a collectible set of trading cards, 50 superheroes, each with 7 or 8 rarities. I can't remember how many we got: common, uncommon, rare, epic, legendary, mythic, and golden fury. And wait till you guys see these. We're going to encourage you to go to our Telegram where we are announcing these every day. Short link is t.me/BC Heroes. But Travis, why don't we talk about what we're doing?
Remember, when you spell heroes, it's HEROES, because the English language does weird stuff when you try to put an S at the end of an O. Yeah. So it's the ES at the end.
So share a little bit about what we're doing to commemorate this launch, Travis, because the actual sale of the packs and the heroes happens August 4th, 2020.
Mm-hmm. When you say commemorating, what do you mean?
The NFT. You made a special NFT.
Oh, yeah, we made a special NFT for this particular event, and we have a short URL available for you guys to go to. Now, you're going to need to go and get yourself a Wax wallet. If you don't already have a Wax wallet, you can go to wax.io, and then you can go up there, and there's a little thing that says wallets or whatever, and you can click create a wallet. But Mr. Joel Comm went a step further and actually made a video to show you how to do that. So if you go to our show notes here on this particular episode, badco.in/417, that video will be embedded in here. That will show you the exact place on how to get your wallet. And I believe when you click on the right place, it goes to like all-access/wax something cloud wallet, blah, blah, blah. But we got the short URL for you. What is it?
Well, actually, if you to go directly to claim the NFT, go to badco.in/hero. Just go there, badco.in/hero. And if you've claimed previous NFTs from us, they've been sent to your Ethereum wallet and you've put in an ERC20 address. This time it's even simpler. You're going to put in a Wax wallet right there on the page. You drop it in. And the format for Wax wallets are shorter than Ethereum. It's like 5 letters, .wam. That's your wallet address. And you'll see it's a 90-second tutorial video that I made, shows you how easy and quickly you get a Wax Cloud wallet. You're
going to want that Wax wallet because that's where your Blockchain Heroes cards are going to be stored.
Wait till you see this NFT that Travis put together. It features the logo and 5 of the heroes on it. This is actually our 13th NFT, Travis, that we released.
But I'm going to take that number 13 off of there, and then I think I'm going to put the Bad Crypto and the Wax logo on there, maybe.
You do what you want. You're the designer.
Yeah, but number 13 is the 13th one we've done, folks.
It's lucky number 13.
Lucky number 13 as we launch something else. See, that's one thing about Bad Crypto, folks, is that we really are exploring the blockchain world, how it works. I mean, we created Bad Coin, as a experimentation. We've done one of the largest virtual blockchain events that's ever been put on. We did a week-long event. Now we're doing we've done these NFTs on our podcast with a proof of listening protocol. Now we're doing a trading card thing because we're exploring this space with you guys. And remember when we started, we were noobs and we're like, hey, it's Bad Crypto because we're not experts. And I still say we're not experts, but we are very big fans of tinkering around with technology and seeing where it goes. And so that's where we're going right now. And you know what? I don't know that I've been more excited about a project, even though the whole thing's not going to be super profitable. It's going to be super fun. I mean, my God, we're having a great time with it. This is an amazing time. And the designs have just blown me away when they get released. Like when you see like Ether Mage and Supernova and some of these they're just so cool looking. Like, holy cow. Like these are like Marvel comic level creations.
Yeah, this is and the variations are going to be so interesting for you guys to see with the animations on them. So again, go get the commemorative NFT at badco.in/hero and join our Telegram group t.me/BC Heroes. And speaking of Epic, I want to give a shout out to another project that we really like and became advisors on, MobiPay, a universal payment ecosystem that lets consumers make secure fiat and digital currency payments worldwide from their mobile phone in seconds. They've got an integrated reward and payment token called MobiCoin, and it connects dirty fiat and clean digital currencies directly to a global retail marketplace, and you'll get cash back on purchases. So everybody wins. Go to mobipay.io, claim your $10 in free MBX tokens for participating in their beta program. It's mobipay.io. Travis, what's happening around the world in the crypto sphere?
So one thing happened around the world. 4,000 Chinese bank accounts were reportedly frozen due to crypto connections. These bank accounts were accounts of over-the-counter crypto traders, which were allegedly frozen by law enforcement. The Chinese bank accounts, local law enforcement there in China, because trading crypto is illegal. Blockchain is good, but I guess trading crypto is illegal. So they've been doing some stuff on the down low. And they appeared to have frozen several thousand bank accounts of people who were trading the cryptos in China.
No money laundering, gang. Bad thing.
Well, I don't think we're money laundering. They think that crypto is involved in money laundering, and so that's why they say, oh, you must be money laundering if you are trading in crypto.
There's a big exchange in London. What's it called? The Deutsche Börse exchange, and apparently they are listing a new Bitcoin exchange traded product. It's an ETF of some kind, and you can read more about that in the show notes. Just proof that the mainstream adoption continues to move forward, right? Watch the financial sector as they begin to integrate Bitcoin into their financial products. Those are all signs that things are moving forward. And check this out, Travis. Down under.
Wait a second. Let me open this cold, frosty bottle of Coca-Cola. We'll talk about this.
Okay. Make sure you give a good belch after you drink all that, because that's what always happens. Drink Coke. And a smile.
And a smile. Have a Coke and a smile and STFU.
Yeah. Especially down under.
Especially down under. Over 2,000 Coca-Cola machines down under in Australia and New Zealand are accepting Bitcoin now. So Coca-Cola's getting into the game, folks. And there's a big agreement between Coca-Cola Amatil and Centropay. And Coca-Cola Amatil, that's a big major bottle and distributor in Asia Pacific. And they support over 140 brands. So now you can buy Coke with Bitcoin. And now, how long until it's going to happen in America or other places? Who knows? But wow, pretty cool.
These guys from Silo, the Silo Smart Wallet, weren't they part of Virtual Blockchain Week?
They were.
Yeah, that's what's happening. It's the Silo Smart Wallet that you have to have in order to have a Coke and a smile with Bitcoin. So yeah, I don't know how long it's going to be before we see it here, but I think it's pretty cool that it's happening.
Man, could you imagine how much that Coca-Cola is going to cost like in 20 years when Bitcoin's worth like $1 million? Be like, remember that Coca-Cola I bought for $1.50? Well, now that was $1,000 Coca-Cola. I don't know about that.
Are they going to have Bitcoin Coke Day to commemorate that, just like we have Bitcoin Pizza Day?
I'm not sure.
I bought that first Coca-Cola. Man,
oh man, see, that's why it's okay to buy it with with Bitcoin, but it's like we want to buy it with just crypto. Like we want to hold our Bitcoin, most people, and we want to spend our other stuff. So we want to spend our Ethereum, right? We want to spend our other coins.
I don't want to spend my Ethereum. I want to use my Ethereum for NFTs, but I like having cryptos that are super fast for spending. Like, in a little bit, we're going to play our discussion here with Nick Saponora from Divi. And that is some fast crypto right there, right? Mm-hmm. Boom, instant, transactions, wax, super fast transactions. Speaking of Ethereum though, we're still waiting on 2.0. And it seems to be taking forever for us to see this new version of Ethereum that's supposed to be coming out. And the news here on Cointelegraph is that the testnet launch is happening here. And hopefully that means we're going to see something soon. So for you techie nerds, check out this article here. Ethereum has been holding pretty steady between $235, $245 here on this last run. So
yeah. So as you know, Joel and I are podcast hosts. We've been doing this Bad Crypto thing now for going on 3 years. We're about a month away from our 3-year anniversary. And so speaking of podcast hosts, this podcast host has lost 7 years of Bitcoin savings in a single mistake. This entrepreneur, Eric Savix, has been saving up this Bitcoin for 7 years. He lost his entire $113,000 stash in 20 minutes. How'd this happen, Mr. Joel Comm?
Well, basically, it was a hardware wallet phishing scam that took place. So he had been using the KeepKey Bitcoin client on his desktop, and he decided to download the corresponding app. So he downloaded it from the Google Chrome store, but it wasn't the actual app. It was a phishing app. He entered his private key on it, and boom, they took all his Bitcoin. That was it. He said he realized the wallet was fake due to a typo. Look at the screenshot. I only noticed it now, but the scammers spelt phrase wrong. So it actually says enter your mnemonic phase in this fake KeepKey wallet. And this is, you'll see the pictures if you go to the article on decrypt.co from the tweets that he put out there. But boy, you got to be super careful, gang, when you are dealing with your private keys. Make sure that you are at the right website. Make sure it's secure. Make sure if anybody's asking you for your private keys that, you instantly run and know this is a scam. Nobody should ever ask you for your private keys. So this is a problem for Google. In April, they removed 49 fake crypto wallet extensions that were basically phishing schemes that mocked Ledger, MyEtherWallet, and Trezor.
Why, for God's sakes, do they not test those apps when they're going on those? It seems to me there could be a class action lawsuit against Google because that's their Google Chrome store, right? I mean, if Michael Turpin can go after AT&T for $71 million, then why can't this guy go after Google for his $100 and some odd thousand in Bitcoin because he downloaded it from if it's on the Google Chrome store, you're thinking, okay, it's been vetted, it's an approved deal, it's on the Google Chrome store. People are just going to assume that it's on the Google Chrome store. It must be legit.
I'll bet you there's terms and conditions that you agree to when you use the Google Chrome store that says they're not liable for anything.
Yeah, could you imagine trying to go against them and their attorneys though? They got more money than God.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Anyway, our final story before we bring you updates from the Divi world is, last year we interviewed Ben. Who wrote the book, Ben Mesrick, who wrote the book Bitcoin Billionaires, and we both read the book. We had him on. Well, apparently it's being made into a full screen production. There's going to be
wait, could you repeat that?
Which part?
Just repeat.
I just want me to say it again because there's two Winklevi.
Yeah, because there's two Winklevi.
And maybe there's a hint there to the blockchain heroes world. I
don't know. I don't know.
There.
But the Winklevoss story does have, it's almost like part two because part one is they got hosed with this whole Facebook thing, but they did make some money from it. They got, I think it was $65 million. Yeah, settlement from their claims. And then they turned a big chunk of that into Bitcoin in 2011. So they only invested 11 million of that in Bitcoin. I bet they probably wish they had invested more of that in Bitcoin, but even at that time, 11 million in June 2011 probably wasn't the most prudent thing, according to most people. Like, what? You're going to take $11 million of that and put it in this Bitcoin, this digital whatever? Yeah, and the Winklevoss are like, well, yes, it's going to be the best investment in 1,200 years, so we should probably get in early.
In 1,200 years, it's going to be the best investment?
No, over 1,200 years, in the past 1,200 years.
So Greg Silverman was the former president of Warner Brothers, and he has formed his own production company called Stampede Ventures, and he, along with the Winklevi, are producing this film, and they're saying this is Rocky 2 meets Wall Street. And so it's filled with unique and mesmerizing characters. So Charlie Shrem, and Roger Ver, they're all going to be characters in this film. I wonder if they'll ask Charlie to play himself,
Probably not.
Back to prison. Stop.
He's a good dude. I love Charlie. It's always fun chatting with him. Good folks. Roger's good folks too. I think Roger's a little misunderstood. His heart's in the right place, so I can tell you that. I
think so too. Well, that is the news for the week. But Travis, we had a chance to catch up with Nick Saponora, the leader there, the CIO at DiviProject. You guys have heard us talk about them. They've been a sponsor of the show. Since they became a sponsor of the show, we've seen their coin go from 0.003 cents, a third of a penny, to over 5 cents. It's hanging out around, I think, 4.5 cents right now. What in the world is going on in the world of Divi? Let's find out. The masternodes are chugging away, and Divi is being minted on a regular basis. At least on my gold masternode it is. And the price has popped remarkably over the past couple of weeks. We're not exactly sure why, but we're going to find out because we've got the CEO, founder of DiviProject.org with us, back again for, I don't know how many times this is. Nick Saponora, how many times is it?
Enough that you're probably tired of me by now. So I appreciate you keep letting me come on.
No way. They love you, man. You've made some people some serious gains. I got a tweet from a dude the other day saying, I was like, hey, is there any good news in the world? And this dude messaged me and goes, yeah, I learned about Divi about 18 months ago from you guys, and I bought in, and I am a very happy man.
That's pretty cool to hear.
So
Well, yeah.
I know you've been talking for some time that a mobile wallet is coming and maybe more exchanges are coming, and there's rumors out there, and I'm not sure if, it's all popping on rumor, because we're at like what, a nickel right now, 5 cents, I think, for a Divi token. What's the news?
Yeah, some crazy action out there. It's really surreal to see, but it is backed by some pretty significant moves forward. We do have a brand new exchange that's, by the time this airs, it will be fully online. Probably the biggest name that we've been listed on, BitHum Global. This is the first time I'm actually announcing the name publicly on a show like this.
Did you just say BitHum Global?
Yeah, is that how it's pronounced? Is it BitHum? Or is it BitHum? I can't. I have never been able to tell.
I don't know.
I think it's
BitHum. Yeah. Okay, we'll go with BitHum.
Maybe it's middle finger, as long as it's not that one.
Because their logo kind of looks like a thumbs up, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, at any rate, a lot of people know this exchange. So it's the global variant. We really put a lot of effort into deciding on which exchange that we were going to list on next, but this looks like it's the best. They have, on-exchange staking. They allow U.S. participants to join, and it's just, it's a much deeper liquidity book. So we're really excited to be listed on this exchange.
When by thumb?
Well, if this airs Friday, you can start today. Friday, June 12th is the official go live date for trading. So yeah, right now.
That is exciting. So tell the folks about the mobile wallet and what they can expect whenever that thing's coming down the pipeline. How far along is that, and what news is going down with this thing?
Yeah, we're in closed beta right now. Honestly, we're just integrating some of the back-end stuff at the moment. So it's very, very close. I'm not a dates guy, but it's closer than it's ever been. It will be coming out while it's hot out. I think I said that during VBW. So you can expect it very, very soon. You're going to be able to sign up for your own IBAN, which is an international bank account number. We're actually testing those right now, both nationally and internationally. It's really cool to be able to send money pretty much anywhere in the world at the click of a button, as well as sign up for a debit card, trade your favorite cryptos, whether that's Bitcoin, Litecoin, or Divi, and we'll be adding a bunch more. And of course, you can transact with a username or picture. It looks a lot like a Venmo or PayPal, but you can do all of the things that your bank does, as well as your crypto wallet. So we're really excited to actually get this into people's hands. We've been working on this for quite a long time.
And it does some of the things, doesn't do some of the things that your bank does, like charging exorbitant fees, holding your money for days,
That's the beauty. Yeah,
right?
I mean, it's crazy because like I said, we started testing all of the banking features, and the KYC process, it's like minutes, and you're in, and you can start sending money right away. Yeah, it's crazy. And we're all about user experience. So we're really excited for people to actually be able to have, international bank account numbers that they can transact with right out of the box. And what we found is that it's solving this massive problem in Latin America. So we already have a bunch of merchants down there who are ready to start day one, using this service. So, and yeah, the fees are incredibly low because we can subsidize them with crypto. And I feel like that's what it's all about. If we take this hybrid approach to finance, eventually, we'll obviate the banks. We won't need them anymore. And everyone will be in these types of ecosystems.
You've been obviated.
That's great. I probably should have saved some Divi, huh?
I'll get you some more.
All right. That's good. No, so I'm really excited about this, man. I mean, I know that the industry is buzzing right now. There's so much stuff going on there. And the fact now that you can get yourself an international bank account and set that up in minutes and transact like Venmo or the Cash App, I mean, that's going to be one of the things that, like, the ease of use is what people need. Like, these long, cumbersome processes suck. And you guys are fixing a lot of that. And that's why we liked you guys so much early on. And I know there's a lot of folks out there who are hodling on and have been stacking the Divi for quite a while, and those who have been rewarded. So thank you so much for working on such an awesome project over there.
Yeah, I mean, thank you. It's really all about making it, like you said, frictionless and easy. I mean, we just launched WhatsApp staking as well. I don't know if you guys saw our news about that, but you can
No.
actually stake on WhatsApp right now. You can stake your Divi, and there's no minimum. So you could literally stake with 10 Divi if you wanted.
So really quick, with the difference between having the Masternode and staking.
Mm-hmm. The difference is basically, we like to say that the Masternode is the brain and the staking is the brawn, because the staking nodes, they really are the ones that are creating new blocks and adding blocks to the chain. You have to have your computer running, all the time, which can be cumbersome for non-technical people, which is why we launched the WhatsApp thing. And then Masternodes are securing and verifying the transactions. So they're kind of like the higher level second layer, making sure that all the transactions are legitimate. But of course, you get rewarded either way, and you can run both. So people really like to do a mix, it seems.
We like when we do both. That's awesome. Well, Nick, congratulations. We're going to keep watching for the releases and hoping that Divi goes to the moon and back.
I appreciate it, Joel.
The website, DiviProject.org, and the beta for the wallet.DiviProject.org. Thanks, Nick. Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. Thanks again.
There you go. Thank you so much to Nick Saponora, our favorite Patrick Mahomes lookalike. I mean, if you've seen him, he looks like Patrick Mahomes. He's got that Patrick Mahomes hair. He's just missing the bandana. If you don't know who Patrick Mahomes is, do you even watch football?
He's got Patrick Mahomes hair.
That was fun. I mean, Divi's been doing great stuff, folks, and just over time they keep innovating. They got this new wallet coming out from a third of a penny to over 5 pennies. So if there's any other crypto projects who would like some advising from the folks here at Bad Crypto, we got some pretty good marketing skills and some good insights into the world, and we can maybe help you out.
Yeah, we appreciate you all. Please do check out Blockchain Heroes. bcheroes.com is the official site. Make sure you get the NFT. We're not setting a date on when this one won't be available anymore like we usually do. Usually we say, hey, you have 72 hours to claim it. I think
I say a week because we're gonna have another one, but we're gonna have another one of these NFTs here before you know it. So I would say you should only have a week to claim
just
this.
hurry up and go get it. It could be removed at any moment, and if you haven't filled out the form to claim it, once they're gone, they're gone. And if the cards are as successful as we hope and think they're going to be, this NFT can also become something that you're going to want to have. That could be I don't know.
People could be trading them on collectibles and on heroes.market before you know it.
That's going to be a thing. Thanks, everybody. We appreciate you. We'll catch you on the next episode. Be sure to check out the Nifty Show Fridays at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time live on Theta TV. You can go to nifty.show to see all about that. And be sure to subscribe to the podcast version and all the places that podcast versions can be subscribified to. We'll talk to you next time.
Stay bad and nifty.
Who's bad?
The Bad Crypto Podcast is a production of Bad Crypto LLC. The content of the show, the videos, and the website is provided for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. It's not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice of any kind. You shouldn't make any decisions as to finances, investing, trading, or anything else based on this information without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional financial advisor. Please understand that the trading of Bitcoins and alternative cryptocurrencies have potential risks involved. Anyone wishing to invest in any of the currencies or tokens mentioned on this podcast should first seek their own independent professional financial advisor.